this is just the quick hits from the interview. Remember, yesterday we said that he was going to be doing a public interview. This was basically what happened in the interview. This was reported by Tier 10K. Some key quotes. He said, I didn't promote it, I shared it. This is obviously talking about the Libra token. He said, I acted in good faith and took a hit. When asked about like who lost money, kind of suggested that maybe four or five Argentinians lost money at most. The vast majority of investors were Chinese and American. He said that his tweet came just 3 minutes after the coin was created because he's passionate about these things and found out about it. And he said the majority of people participating were volatility traders who knew what they were doing. On his relationship with Hayden, remember I'd watched the CoffeeZilla interview with Hayden and reported on that yesterday. We went through the core details there. He was like really, really optimistic in that interview that Milei was like still going to support the coin. I thought that was pretty naive, but he was like pretty hopeful. And he actually, even though someone has screwed him in this scenario, he was like very positive about Milei. He said like this, he's really positive about what he can do for Argentina and the continent. He said that Hayden proposed creating a structure to finance entrepreneurs who, due to informality, lacked funding options. When Libra became public, I helped spread the word. So he said he didn't promote it, he shared it. It was at most 5,000 people who were affected, very few Argentinians. He said, I did it because I'm a diehard techno optimist. Any initiative that improves financing for tech entrepreneurs interests me. I made no mistakes because I acted in good faith. But when I look at the political repercussions, I realize I have something to learn. I need to understand that after becoming president, I continued acting like the same Javier Milei as before. Unfortunately, this situation shows me that I need to raise my filters and not make myself so accessible. My reading of all of that, Legendary, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts, is it was kind of a non-apology. It was like, I am a techno-optimist. This is part of who I am. Like, I'm trying to improve the state of the country. And maybe I think a number of people think that he's taken some good steps already. He thought that this would be another good step to do that, to the extent that it's supposed to fund these businesses, right? Like, obviously we know with our knowledge and all of the conversations we've had and all the things that have been coming out, that there's all this stuff going on Meteora and in the funding side. But to the extent that he thought there would be money going to businesses, that's his claim, that, I didn't do anything wrong. I was trying to promote that. But then at the same time, he's obviously conscious that this is turned into an absolute scandal, did a very political thing and said, look, although I don't think I did anything wrong for those reasons, I'm the president now and I should probably filter this stuff better. That would be my key conclusion. The final additional thing, which I'm not sure if people have seen, is this news where I'm showing this on screen for people who are watching in. Apparently there was additional footage released where there was like an advisor that came into the interview and cut it short, and it was available on the live stream, but when they edited it for TV, they took it out. And the advisor stepped in and said, I understand it can cause you a legal mess. I couldn't really understand the crux of it. I don't know if it was particularly well reported on. I think it's just something where, look, advisors do that during interviews. People are going to make it sound like he said something outrageous or crazy, but like in the end, I think in that political moment, I think that's the type of thing that they would do. But look, that's just additional angle for people's context to maybe if they want to go and check it out and get to the bottom of it, they can. But that's it. That's what happened there. There was also the Portnoy interview with Hayden yesterday. I don't know if people saw that. Kind of doubling down on a lot of the things he said already. I think Portnoy kind of thinking that Hayden was not necessarily complicit in it. He said he wasn't going to return the refund that he got. Remember, he received a refund from Hayden personally, whereas a lot of other people just lost the money. I'll stop there, Legendary. What are your thoughts, reflections? How is this shaking out for you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a very political or politician-like answer or statement to make. It's very hard to judge on the initial intentions of that. Obviously, I don't believe that the initial intention was to do a pump and dump as the president of Argentina. on the other hand, you are the president of a fairly large country, and if you do something in an environment that you're not really understanding and you can't be an expert on everything, and as a high-ranking politician, you have to make decisions on so many topics that you don't really understand. So this is why you get advisors. If you get the wrong people, then stuff like that can happen, but not taking any blame for that is also not really how the world really is should work, in my opinion. So it's very hard to say anything of substance on that statement, because it's lacking of substance, really. It's not taking responsibility. It's still like focusing, yeah, but there were those good intentions. So it's hard to say anything like more.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that someone obviously pulled the plug. Like, I mean, if it were true that he thought that all of those things were good, then why did they pull the plug? Like, if you believe, if you're a techno optimist and you think that all those things are excellent and the intention was good, who pulled the plug and why? Like, there are obviously other people involved here, right? And that would be the key question. If you're doubling down on it and saying that the intention was good, who pulled the plug and why? A further question, this was pretty random that I don't know if people saw, and then I think we're going to just keep it moving to the Meteoria stuff, because as you said, on this political level now, this is above everyone's pay grade. I think we're not going to dwell on it too much. But there was also an entity that bought Libra yesterday for $5 million worth of Libra, a same wallet that sniped $1 million of Trump in the first block of its launch. And they did that just before, or just as Milei retweeted how to buy Libra tweet yesterday. So like, even after all this stuff happened, there was a retweet on how to buy Libra from the main account. So like, guys, I don't know what's going on here. It's like, it's so nonsensical that whoever was in charge of the account was pressing retweet on that type of content. And God, like, at this point, who knows what's going on?